Hey y'all, welcome back to the segment show, Pittsburgh's very own. The segment show is going to be featuring me, Nathan Brooks, and the lovely London Bird. I hope y'all ready for this week's episode. We got some fire in the tank for y'all this week, and we're going to get into some topics just been on our mind over this last week. We finally coming out of COVID-19, and we had some things on our mind, especially for the city that we're living in, and y'all really gonna enjoy this. This is a segment show, which is basically a way for you to connect with our businesses as entrepreneurs and us as people. And we want to touch on some topics that are interesting to us and hopefully will be interesting to you. And I know it will be. So, London, what we got on the menu today?
All right, so today on our lovely menu, we have what's it like, our personal experiences growing up and living here in the city of Pittsburgh, the struggles, the mentality, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like that's a good topic today. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's like an onion. We just got to peel that back layer by layer. Today will be the first layer. And we gonna take y'all onto a journey, because everybody not from Pittsburgh, you know.
Yeah.
Some people that follow us are from like other cities. They never been to Pittsburgh, other countries. They don't even know where Pittsburgh is on the map. And our lives are based out of Pittsburgh, and we see some things that are really eyebrow raising.
Absolutely. From being little teeny boppers to even being an adult, we've seen a lot of eyebrow raising, wig snatching situations. So it get deep. It get deep. Don't be sleeping on Pittsburgh, man. It get deep. Just because we ain't on the first 48 don't mean nothing.
Oh man, yeah. If the population was a little bit larger, we would have been made the first 48.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, Lon, go ahead and dig into it.
All right. So personally, for starters, from the year of 1995 up until the age of 6, I lived in the East Pittsburgh in the projects, and I didn't really get to see too many bad things. But from age 6 on up to 22, I lived in the Homewood, Wilkinsburg area, and that's basically where I claim, because that's all I know. You know what I mean? So what I've seen a lot of things. Unfortunately, I've seen the death of a couple of people that I've known, a couple people that were near and dear to my heart. Rest in peace to Cole in Germany. I've seen a lot of people. Yes, thank you. I've seen a lot of people, who I've grown to know that after, we went to, 8th grade promotion, they're in jail for life. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. You know what I mean? They don't have that opportunity to raise a family, to have a wife or, husband and children. It's very sad. You know what I mean? Even as so far as me seeing a dead body on the city steps back in, I think it's the Homewood area, because my house was like weird. So I lived on the border of Wilkinsburg, Homewood, and East Hills. My one friend called it East Wilkinswood. It's kind of funny. Yeah, East Wilkinswood. But like, you know what I mean? You to go see a dead body, and the kids are playing, and they see a dead body, and they calling the police. And then you got like the news was out there. It's crazy. Right. You know what I mean? And then like just seeing certain things kind of traumatizes you. Right. But then nowadays it's so common to see certain things, to experience certain things, becomes like you get a little bit desensitized. Right. So that's my experience. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't to the point to where it's like, man, I don't think I'm going to make it out of here, because I knew I was. Yeah. Me speaking for personal experience, London right. Bird was going to make it. Right. I'm a bird, homie. I fly. Okay.
Speak on it. Fly, eagle, fly.
Period.
Yeah, but thank you for sharing that. Definitely, those are experiences that are not common. It should never be something that is just a common way of life. especially in the so-called, American dream. You know what I mean? The land of milk and honey or whatever.
I pick up what you're putting down, bro.
You feel me? Where it's supposed to be so much opportunity, like, and we still suffer from so much traumatic stress within our own communities that we can't leave our doors unlocked, and we have to look from side to side and make sure nobody's trying to take advantage of us, of our property or our family, and that's just that's discouraging to hear. And but I wanted to come at it from a different angle, and and from my point of view is what I wanted to touch upon with our city of Pittsburgh is the mentality that comes out of the city of Pittsburgh, and just to speak on what I've experienced from this city, seeing individuals kind of like hate on each other. Pittsburgh can be very like cliquey, where people will get entangled into these little networks, tribes of people, and they think that that's the end all and be all, and that they're that's popping, instead of seeing the grand scheme of things and how big the world is, how big the country is, and just how big everyone else is, and how many other people are in the city besides your small group, and just hating on each other. Like, could you speak on just like, if we could describe how the hate kind of is intertwined in the city, and people will see you come up with something or see you trying to do better for yourself, and just will really go out their way not to support you, and kind of try to sabotage what you got going on as well. I can speak from a personal experience. It's like that had happened to me at an early part of life, where it was like dudes didn't want to see you succeed, and coming up, I lived in the Mon Valley, which is outside the city. So I lived in Clearton and lived through McKeesport, and I even lived in neighborhoods outside of that. But there were moments where, coming up as a man, as a boy, where it was like dudes would stab you in the back, or they wouldn't want to see you succeed if you was if you was doing the right thing, if you was doing your homework. They would say, "Oh, you're lame. You're doing your homework." It was just like super backwards.
That is ass backwards, man. That don't make no sense.
It was like, yeah, what you do is like, yeah, we want you to, run hustle with us, run drugs for us. And I remember somebody, was teaching me how to, cook cocaine, and I was like, talking about, yeah, you might need to know this one day.
That's deep.
I'm like, what I need to know that for? Why don't you teach me how to invest in, real estate or something? Like, why are you teaching me how to cook cocaine? And and I'm sure this happens in other cities, but I just feel like our city has a problem with constantly pulling each other down as far as that crab in a bucket mentality.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. Like, the crabs in a bucket, crabs in a barrel. And that happens now even in the workplace with our own people. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about, where we used to work. You know.
Man, somebody just came to mind. I wonder if we're talking about the same person.
Oh, shiny sneakers to match the lipstick. You know who I'm talking about. Shorty was bugging out, man. Listen. She didn't like my little promotion. Oh. The female version, though.
Uncle Tamala. Aunt Tamala.
That's wild for real. We talking about the same person. That's wild, bro. But yeah, like the crabs in the barrel mentality, it's just like it sets us back so far. I'm like, why don't you want to support your fellow kin? You know what I mean? Like me personally, I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective. If I see a chicky chick on Instagram and I'm trying to start my own business, if I see a female on Instagram trying to start her business and she out here booming, she got tens of thousands of followers, and I only got a little 500. I'm not gonna hate on her. I'm like, sis, do you. I'm proud of you, sis. I'm proud of you. I want you to go be successful. I want you to be on TV. I want you to get celebrity endorsements. I want all of that for you. I want you to have popular influencers shouting you out. I want all of that for you. I want you to be able to, break the generational curse. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, go ahead, do you, sis. You know what I mean? And even with the men, I'd be like, wow, especially with our black men. You know what I mean? Shout out to you being an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Breaking the cycle, all that good stuff. You just want all positivity. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel as though we need to uplift each other. There's nothing wrong with uplifting each other. It doesn't do anything but bring good juju towards you. You know what I mean? Like, especially absolutely burn some sage. You feel me? But yeah, but like. I just feel as though it's important to uplift each other, because when you feel like you ain't supported by your own people, that hurts. That's a different kind of. I know, bro. You
talk about it.
Listen,
young people, young family.
Yes, and even people that you go to bed with at night.
Young girlfriends, quote unquote, boyfriends.
Husbands, wives. It can be.
Yo, no. If your wife or your husband, you better be supporting that dude, or that woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's happening, immediately seek legal counsel.
For real.
Seek legal counsel immediately. If you done married somebody and they ain't in your corner and they ain't. They ain't your number one fan.
And they want to see your downfall.
Oh, man, get rid of them.
They gotta go.
They don't want to see you elevate because they scared that they might lose you. Get rid of them.
Throw them in the trash, man. Throw them in the trash. It ain't worth it. Because they'll do anything if they see you coming up here in the ranks and they see you getting endorsements and you actually out here getting promotions and you're out here doing what you need to do, and they feel away. Oh, they gotta go. They gotta get up out your life immediately, because they will stop your whole shit. You ain't got time for that, love.
Right. Right.
Them people be dangerous. They more dangerous than the ops in the street, because they sleeping in your bed at night, man. They see you when you vulnerable. Like, they see you all fucked up, and as opposed to the people out in the street. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, what did you say? Yeah. And keep your enemies close.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
No, keep your enemies close. I don't know.
It's supposed to be keep your enemies closer to your friends.
Yeah, but you need to look at the people around.
But your friends can turn into your worst enemy.
Absolutely. They can ruin your life.
Like I told you earlier, we was having a discussion through like Facebook and Instagram Live, and I told you when I was coming up, somebody told me, I hope you don't make it. That was supposed to be a friend of mine. And once he said that, I knew right there, I registered him as a friend of me. And I said, I got to separate from the crowd that I'm hanging around, because if I continue down this path, it's going to lead like two ways. I'm gonna either be in jail, or I'm gonna be dead. And I almost went to jail, and the other friend wanted to kill me. So
that's deep.
So it get real when just in any just growing up in the hood as a person of color, especially as in the black community, we could tend to just not self destruct, but just have somebody else pull us down before we even get a chance to take off,
Absolutely.
And that's something that needs to stop, and it's something that's real prominent in the city of Pittsburgh, and we want to see our city, because we love our city, even though you got a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah, we can do better. As a city of Pittsburgh, we can do so much better. We can support each other. We can uplift each other. We can be a major city because I know that's what y'all want. I know y'all want to be a major city, but we have to do some self reflection, love. Ain't nothing wrong with a little self reflection. We got to get it together. We're a little bit messed up right now, but we got to get it together as a community.
We trying. Well, I see y'all out there trying. I see and we was on live earlier, right, Line?
Yeah, we got so much support and love from you guys.
Yeah, we love y'all. We love y'all, and it's gonna continue to just grow bigger and bigger. But yeah, it was just we were speaking on live, and what the heck? I just lost my train of thought. What was we saying?
Talking about the support from the community and that we're all trying to do better.
Oh yeah, so the women. Shout out to the women out here, the women entrepreneurs, the black women entrepreneurs. Good job, homie. Thanks, Dante. Thank you. But yeah, y'all are leading the way. Like y'all are really leading the way out here. I gotta give a shout out to all the black women entrepreneurs. Y'all are starting up like so many different businesses, like from the natural product lines to the bags to the this, that.
The microblading.
Microblading.
Shout out to Miss Sasha Gabriel.
Technicians, even though COVID-19 got y'all on lockdown right now. Mm-hmm. I know y'all gonna bounce back. Just y'all just out here doing it. And candles, making candles. So much talent doing your designer work, and y'all leading the way. And it's like us men in the city, we got to step our game up because the black women got it. They got it at a high level right now. And I know there's a few of us out here, us black men that's out here, entrepreneurs and hustling and putting it together. But it got to be more of us. And even like, it's not even about being an entrepreneur all the time, Lon. Mm-hmm. Sometimes just supporting your local entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Everybody don't got to be an entrepreneur. This ain't built for everybody. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you gotta have
in a perfect world, though.
Yeah, you gotta be a certain beast to be out here in these streets. Talking about it.
That's true. You have to have that drive. I feel like if you don't have that drive, then I mean it's not really for you. But it doesn't hurt to be a
wrong
good
with going
person.
to school.
Yeah, go to school.
Getting a job that you love, getting a job that you like.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But don't if you in a job that you hate, you need to find a way about.
Absolutely, because I know I used to work in a corporate job, and the things I've witnessed was interesting, and I was very unhappy, and I had to go. Then my dumb ass decided to go back, and I left again. So I just feel as though, and it's crazy because I had a teacher tell me years ago, I will shout out your name, but I can't remember exactly what your name was, but they were like, why don't you just be an entrepreneur? Why don't you just start your own business? I could just see your skill set. I was young. I was like in elementary or middle school. I was like, I'm not doing all that. That's too much. I don't want to do all of that.
You got a mean skill set with you, girl. You got a crazy hustle. You're personable. You get things done. You multitask like a beast. You got so many different talents.
Thank you, brother.
And I've been watching you because you've been on my team and in my family, the Rebel Bread Clothing family, and I know that the sky's the limit for whatever you want to do.
I appreciate that, brother, but the same to you. Listen, not too many black men out here have a business and have many different outlets in that business, bro. You know how many people want to do that? Black men, come on now, bro.
But yeah, and you're right. Like I thank you. I appreciate those words because I really took the leap of faith and really just got out here and just start figuring it out for myself because I knew that there's a way and there's a purpose and there's something that I want to do and I want to accomplish, and I was going to figure that out by any means necessary.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you, and I also wanted to do it to lead the way for others. Like I think it's like too much selfishness. We talking about the city of Pittsburgh. Like it ain't all about you all the time. Like it's about teaching others. It's about helping others. You don't always got to get the you don't always gotta score the point. You could pass the ball and let somebody else dunk it in the hoop and feel just as good. And I think the better person you become at like passing the ball and throwing the alley oop to somebody, the better leader you're gonna be in general. Like I'm just talking to like the public. Absolutely. But you got anything else you want to say on that topic of Pittsburgh before we jump off of it?
Definitely, again, shout out to the black men and women breaking the generational curses, creating a positive life for their family. You know what I mean? Doing the damn thing. You got babies, supporting them babies, getting them into private school, whatever way you choose to raise your child. If you want to have them public, that's on you. But I'm just saying, however you want to raise your child, and you want to, you know what I mean, just have a positive outlook on your child, your family, and just to defy the odds. I want to give a complete shout out to all of you. You can do it. You got this. You have an idea, do it. I don't care how many people out here selling eyelashes, selling weave. If this is something you want to do, you do it. You do it. There's enough money for everybody out here. You feel what I'm saying? And again, just shout out to all of you beautiful black men and black women. Shout out to you all, and we love you.
Oh, we love you. You see how it's not hard to say that?
You feel me? You see how easy it was? And I really mean it. It's not just me saying it to say it.
I love y'all.
Yes.
London, I love you.
I love you too, Nate.
See?
We'll have you break up too. Like, it's important.
Oh, man. I think that's just like where we really take a left is we don't want to express. Man, this is leading right into that next topic.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Isn't it crazy?
This segue is mean.
Yes.
As we don't want to express our love. London is a great speaker.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I did not go to speaking class. When I was little, they thought I had a speech impediment because I talk 120 miles per hour. But,
But we just got to find a way to express our love.
Yeah.
And don't be scared to express it. Like tell your friend, tell your boy, tell your girls, tell your companion. If you love them, tell them I love you. I love you. You don't gotta feel bad about that. You could be a man and still say that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's not gonna make you less of a man. That's gonna make you more of a man.
Absolutely.
And so don't be afraid to express that, especially with life being so precious.
Absolutely. And especially, what you saying now with life being precious. Life is too short. You know how many people we done lost? It's crazy. Like, you don't know when your time is up. So why not be vulnerable to the person and the groups of people that you love? Whether that be your significant other, your friends, your mother, your father, your relatives, like mothers, sisters, brothers, and etc. Like, express how you feel. Life is too short. You know what I mean? Like, just express how you feel and genuinely mean it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Come on now. I'm coming with it tonight, brother.
Talk to him.
I'm coming tonight with it.
Talk to him.
Period. You got to walk that walk and talk that talk. You can't just do anything half-assed. You have to really just express how you feel. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself. Absolutely.
Be confident in yourself. Love yourself. Be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Which goes into our next topic.
Our next topic is basically we're talking about how our people. I'm. It's not just gonna be one-sided because I know people think I'm just one-sided. Are men and women? Why are we afraid to be vulnerable? Like, why? Like, what's wrong with telling someone how you feel? Vulnerable, letting them know you're going through something.
We about to get into it, huh? We about to go there. We about to go there, huh?
Yeah, we about to go there.
Because I'm go. Yeah, go ahead. Spark it off.
All right, brother. Man, we about to spark it up real quick.
Spark it off. I got oh, man. You gonna make me okay?
Well, we about to touch this topic.
You gonna make me revisit some dark places? Okay.
I'm in a dark place right now, so we can get all the way into it. We can go from 0 to 60 right now. So I want to know how come our black men expect us women to be vulnerable, but they don't be vulnerable to us? How do you expect us to open ourselves up to you and to be loyal and loving to you when you're not there for us? Why can't you genuinely be like, babe, I love you, or whomever, I love you, mom, dad, I love you, such and such, I love you, and genuinely mean it? I feel like the word love has been taken out of context, out of this world. I feel as though people say it out of reflex. I feel like it's a reflex to say I love you, I love you, I love you. It's a reflex, you feel me? And I feel as though I just feel as though people are just so shy, shallow, or just like the pride. I feel, men, you have pride. Sorry, you have your pride is that's a mean mug. Okay.
What do they say? The pride is the last thing to fall, or yeah, something like that. I forget the saying, but pride pride will definitely hold you up from really receiving your blessings. You know what I mean, or really appreciating something that you need to appreciate. And I feel like as a man, it's a gradual. For me, it's been like gradual growth. I remember there was a time where, quote unquote, I didn't want to take a loss in an argument. You know, I didn't want to take a loss in the argument. I didn't want to really express myself for fear of being vulnerable. And it was all based on pride and just being unsure of who I was as a man.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Was that in your younger days, or is that still current?
That was, nah. I'm a real G now. I'm gonna tell you that. Tell you that to your face, man. You have a conversation with me, we gonna get into it. But
hey, it's all about keeping it a beam, man.
nah, this was this was something that went through my 20s, and I finally got a hold of it probably like my late 20s, probably like 28. I'm 33 now. And it was just not knowing, you know, who I was, not knowing what a man was, you know, what a man stood for, and not loving myself.
That's deep.
And so once I looked in the mirror and I said, you had these issues, and I was honest with myself. I said, you're not being true to yourself first and foremost. How you going to be true to anybody else if you're lying to your own self?
Speak on it.
You can't be true to anyone else. You can't be honest. You can't be vulnerable with anybody else if you get up in the morning and you're not able to look in the mirror and say, look, I'm happy with what I'm doing, who I am, what I see. And you got to do some self-reflecting. That's how I feel about it, man.
Absolutely. I feel like self-reflection is important. But even some people that self-reflect still ain't got their ducks in a row. They're still trying to figure it out. And I could speak on this personally because I'm 25 years old, and I mean, granted, I'm still young, but I have an older woman's mentality, and I can see certain things, you know, within myself. Like, I have little issues, you know what I mean? I have little detrimental habits, but I don't hate myself. I have issues. I'm not 100%. I'm just gonna put myself out there, even being vulnerable here. I'm not really 100% like confident in myself all like that. I have, you know, a couple different things against me, but I put about face on to everyone else. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a facade a little bit. Like, I have a lot going on in my personal life. And I do battle a lot of demons. I was bullied as a child. I was a fat little kid, and I loved to eat ho-hos. You know what I mean? Like, so being an adult growing up and seeing, you know, finally being told, you're beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? That took me aback. I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Right.
Like, what? You know what I mean? And finally taking the time to look at myself in the mirror, be like, I'm a beautiful black woman. If I don't 100% love myself,
Right.
how can I love somebody else? How can I give my love to somebody else?
Right.
And I feel as though me self-reflecting like that, I've changed. Like I used to be just so insecure and just jealous. Like, oh, why can't I look like that? Why can't I do this? I had to take a step back. I'm like, hold on now. Hold on. I'm fine. Like, what? Right. Like, I'm beautiful. I have so much to offer. Like, I'm such an interesting person. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm dope. Like, whoever don't see that, man, fuck you. Okay? But, like, I had to really take steps back. I mean, granted, even now, because I'm going through a dark phase right now, I do have situations where I'm like, am I really worthy or da-da-da-da? But I snap right back out of it. I'm like, hold up.
That's what it is. That's you touched on a really good point there. It's like we're all gonna go through those phases where we question ourselves, but it's being able to have the control of your mind to kind of snap right out of that, and it's like, hold up, I'm tripping. Like I'm not going down this dark path and just letting my mind get away from me. No, I am in control of my thoughts.
Yeah.
I am in control of what I believe, how I perceive things. So once you understand that you have control over those thoughts and you don't let those thoughts get away from you, and when you let those get away from you, then you could pick up so many other energies out there.
Right.
That can affect the way that you think. You know, and there's realness in energy and spirits. And like if you grab a hold of a spirit that is not a positive spirit and it grabs a hold of you and it tells you, yeah, you ain't nothing. You ain't never gonna be nothing. You ain't never gonna be able to do nothing. Then that thing grabs a hold of you and it's hard to shake that loose.
Yeah.
So I commend you for, coming to a point where you were like going down that dark place and you snap right back out of it.
Right.
And that's what it's about, is identifying when you're thinking in the wrong direction, in the wrong mindset, and saying, hold up, I'm not going to let this get the best of me this time. Like this happened too many times.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and correct this right now and reassure myself that I am who I say I am and go on about my business and achieving the greatness that I'm meant to achieve.
Yep. And the thing is, even personal, like back to me, like, you know how much of big balls it took for me to wear my natural hair? It took a lot of balls, man. Okay? It's
talk about that because, men don't really even think about that.
Yeah, like me, I'm a black woman. I'm black mixed with black, okay? And I just, you know what I mean? I have to really, with this quarantine, I had to take a step back and be like, damn, I can't go to the salon. I can't get my nails and feet done. What's going on? And I'm like, you know what? I was kind of nervous to go on our live, just a few moments ago. But I'm like, I'm beautiful. I mean, like, I'm wearing my natural hair, whatever. I'm breaking out, but I'm getting myself together, love. I mean, I'm still on point. And it's just like, I'm shocked that I could really do something like that. You know what I mean? Right. And that I'm just like, I've come a long way. Coming a long way from a little short, stubby, fat girl from the projects. You know what I mean? Loving to eat little ho-hos and go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? When I was little, being teased and talked about, to now, I'm a beautiful, educated black woman. Thank you, brother. And it's just like, I've come such a long way, and I'm just so proud of myself. And I'm proud of everyone else who, if you can relate to me, you can relate to Nate. We're proud of you. And it takes a lot. If you could, just identify, just, you know what I mean? Just take a second, think about your journey. You know what I mean? And all of the things you had to go through mentally, physically, spiritually to get where you are now. Whether you were insecure about you having a small pinky toe. I don't care what it is. Whatever you going through, love, just know, like, I'm proud of you. You got past that. You ain't let that hold you back at all. You walk your truth. You do it. You feel what I'm saying? And don't compare yourself to others, because when you compare yourself to others, I know when you be on Instagram, Facebook, you see all these people. Let's be crystal clear. Let me put it out there, brother. The things that you see online ain't real. Everything's a facade. You know how many editing software and et cetera that they have out here. So don't let the internet.
You're seeing highlights.
Yeah, you're seeing highlights. You're not seeing the real deal. You don't see what happened when they got up. You know what I mean? They had
And
a breakout.
you're not seeing the struggles either. Like
Right.
everybody gotta go through their struggles, and they're not gonna put most people not gonna put their struggles online.
At all.
I know I ain't really putting my struggles online.
Hell no.
When I'm going through my struggles, I'm going through my struggles. I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about putting it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some people do. To each his own. But yeah. So, like London said, all of that stuff some of that stuff could be taken with a grain of salt, as they say. Or is it a grain of sand? Is it a grain of sand or a grain of salt?
A grain of salt. I never heard of a grain of sand. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
But yeah, I think we kind of covered like just love yourself. Identify the problems that you may have had growing up that haunt you, have haunted you throughout your life, and just kind of seek help if necessary.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with going to go talk to somebody. And when I say talk to somebody, I mean a professional, someone who has a degree, and what is that? Psychiatrics. There's nothing wrong with going to go talk to somebody. If you feel as though you need help, please take the time to talk to somebody. If you know somebody that you could just lean on, talk to them, vent to them. If you could trust them, let them know what's going on. You are not alone. You are loved. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Black man, black woman, you are worthy, and we love you. Okay?
Say that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we covered that. Just being vulnerable is not a bad thing. I do want to mention that just don't be out here crying in front of women. Like, that's not what I'm telling. I definitely that's not what I'm telling you to do. Cause
Wait. Hold on. I gotta stop you there, buddy. I have to pump the brakes. What you mean? Though? So hold on.
I'm saying there is an effective way of being vulnerable without being a crybaby.
Or a cat. We're not saying to be out here just, man, I just broke my phone. No, we're not talking about that. We're saying on some real shit to be vulnerable. Like if like you could cry to your woman on some real shit. I don't know, no kitty bang bang bullshit. On some real situation.
On a real situation, a real thing that you're going through.
Absolutely.
Something real in life, something that's been holding you back for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let it out. Let your woman know.
Absolutely.
Especially if she's earned your trust, and because man, we like for a woman to trust a woman, and if that woman has earned your trust, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with her. It's only going to bring you closer.
Absolutely. And always know this: black men, us black women, we love you. No matter what goes on, we have always been here in your corner, and we will always be here in your corner. We've been here since day one, and we will continue to be here. So just know that no matter what goes on, we are always in your corner. Black man, we love you, and always remember that.
All right. So what's next on the topic list?
On the topic list, let me pull it up here, buddy, old pal.
All right.
Our culture and how we glorify the wrong.
Man. Let's get into it.
Man, I think you need to start this off, brother. Man,
I need to start this off. All right. Let me try to play a clip for y'all, which is really what brought the topic at hand to the forefront.
Yeah, and I feel like it's needed in our community. This conversation is well overdue. This conversation is needed to be had. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of things are holding us back as a community. And yeah, we need to speak on this. And this is definitely, again, an interesting and serious topic of conversation that needs to be happened in our community.
Yeah, I agree, and it was like the clip I'm about to show you is it was like Kanye West, and I want to get y'all thoughts on what he said. And you know, we don't always agree with Kanye West, but you know, it's something that we probably definitely want to throw out there and see uh, how we can grow from it, how we do some self reflection in order to move forward. So listen up.
Your back on the culture or
Exactly. 100%. I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1-4. We went from 1-4 to 1-3. But we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale. And there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida. But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
Okay.
Kanye, speak on it, bro.
One thing about Kanye is he ain't going to just go with the flow. He just going to say something, and it might not be something that you agree with. You might agree with some of it, but he going to put it out there. So that's good, because how else you going to grow without any resistance or anything, stress testing anything.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about the excerpt that Kanye?
I honestly agree with him 110%. I feel like that needed to be said. He's not going with the flow. He fighting out current. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of us is just flowing with the current, you know, just flowing. He's going against it. And I feel like a lot of people need to hear that. Because my thing is this. Y'all glorifying the wrong shit. He said it. He said it. You feel what I'm saying? Walt Disney bought up all this land. What are we doing? Renting? You feel me? We're not really doing nothing out of the quote unquote ordinary. You feel what I'm saying? We're so stagnant. And I feel as though our mentality is just so wrapped around like a mouse wheel, a hamster wheel, excuse me. Yeah. So we're just going around and around and around. We're not making no changes, excuse me. It's just like, what are we doing? You're doing the same shit. And then you're talking about, yeah, I'm fuck you, bitch. Yeah, I'm a shoot up this, that, and the third, and I do this. Like, what? But then in the next breath, release little Quay from jail, you know, prison reform. Come on, look at what you're pushing out. Be conscious of what you're pushing out. If you want to talk about prison reform, be real with it. You can't have a fake persona in your raps and your songs and all that, and push a certain persona, but you're not being like real. You're just not being real. And that's just I just don't agree with it. But what Kanye said, I agree with him 110%. And I feel as though a lot of people need to speak on it and listen to what he's actually talking about. Set aside the whole Trump shit. Pay attention to what he's saying. This man is kind of woke for real. I know that word woke is thrown around a lot. Well, he's very much self-aware. No matter who his wife is, no matter what his political belief is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of the things he said. The things I don't agree with is he's speaking from a perspective of a small minority. By minority, I'm saying a black person who has reached a high level of success, and everybody cannot relate to him at this very moment because he has you know did what he had to do monetarily to reach that goal in America, where he could go ahead and buy land, go in Wyoming and buy up houses and start up a complex. And for everybody, America ain't for sale. In their the life that they're in, saying like, well, America's a long way off from being for sale, but he actually kind of is right in the point that, listen, it is for sale, but you just have to change your mentality, you know. So you have to change your mentality to the point where you're saying, okay, I want to own a property. Like you said, I don't want to be a renter anymore. I want to start to own my property. I want to start to build a legacy. I want to start to build a business, and I don't want to stay within this hood mentality where it's all about shooting up the dude down the street. It's not about sleeping with the shorty, your boy shorty, or I slept with this many women throughout the year. It's kind of like elevating as a person, like or even on a woman's side of things. There's women who have a basic mentality sometimes, and they like, well, you know, my guy is the toughest dude in the streets, and you know, whatever, I got the best box in the city.
Yeah, that's basic as hell. Like, that's so basic, bro. Like, and then so focused on, oh, my Balenciagas. Oh, my Gucci. Oh, my Louis Vuitton. Like, girl.
Yeah, and we're not gaining any wealth from that.
At
like,
all. You put money in their pockets, sis.
you just a consumer.
You're filming. Like, you bragging on that, sis. What's up? Like, oh, I have a Bugatti. Do you not realize that these company names are people's last names? You're funding their family. Like, hello.
Right. So though we have been through such traumatic experiences as Black people in America, what Kanye is trying to bring across is we can't let our life as of, you know, being taken advantage of, we cannot let that take hold of our mind to the point where we're not making moves out here. We're not acquiring property. We're not building businesses. We're not supporting businesses, where we're just caught in a glamorous lifestyle of being a consumer and being the standing up for a hood that we don't even own. Like, you know what I mean?
Speak on it. You down for that project unit that your mom paid for? What? Because you
and your mom just rent it, like somebody else is owning it.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. So, Kanye, you tap something there, bro. Like, and then but you know, we in a tough situation, but we just want you to know, right, London?
Right.
Listen, we got to come together. We got to come up out of that.
Absolutely. Change the mindset, man. Change the mindset. You know, change your surroundings. Do something positive. Change your life for the better. You know what I mean? Break that curse.
Break that curse.
Yeah. Amen.
All right. So, definitely, let's go ahead and keep elevating, y'all. What's the next one topic on the dock?
I don't see any more topics. I don't see any more for this. I feel like we touched on every topic.
It's time for that.
For the quote.
For the quote.
All right. So
Hold on. Before we get into the quote, I definitely want to make some announcements as far as Rebel Bread is concerned. Mm-hmm. And also, please subscribe to the segment on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We just started up an Instagram page, right, Lon?
Yes, the segment show.
The segment show on Instagram, and also our YouTube channel. Go ahead and like the video. We post them every Sunday, and it's gonna be dope. We're gonna bring on different personalities pretty soon, but we just want to spend some time with y'all. And, you know, be in direct contact with y'all, let y'all know what we got going on with our businesses as entrepreneurs so you can support us and so we can connect as a network and get to know y'all and support y'all as well, so we can come like a whole community. And that's what this the segment is about. And as entrepreneurs, living entrepreneurs, Rebel Bread Clothing and London is also starting up her own company, which is Indigo Charlie's, and I'll let her tell you about that. But so with the designs we got coming out, we got the Malcolm X design coming out, and I want all of y'all to go ahead and make that purchase when this comes out. The Malcolm X design. Malcolm X's birthday is on May 19th, Lon.
That's coming up.
That's coming up, like, in, what's the 15th? It's 4 days.
Yeah, today's the 15th, but when this drops, it'll be
the 17th. So yeah, it'll be 2 days. I'm gonna make an announcement on Facebook about the Malcolm X. The new design is called Malcolm's Journey, and we kind of like tapped into the life of Malcolm X and what he stood for and all that he went through as a human being, just going from a person, a black man, growing up in the South and dealing with racism and coming through that, and then being sent to, his family being broken apart because his dad was murdered, apparently by some racist Ku Klux Klan members, and his mother basically losing her mental stability, having to raise those kids after his father was murdered, and after him going into foster care. And him going into foster care, from that, him growing up and kind of becoming that street dude where he start like hustling and running numbers and robbing people and getting caught for his crime, and then being sent to jail, and then he converted over to Islam, coming out of jail, and it started to change his life around, even after going through all of those issues in his life. And he stood for what we talk about on the segment, which is bringing our community back to life. And when we speak on the community, we talk about physical community, but also we speak about a community and network around the world, just a like-minded individuals who would like to see things grow and expand and stop following what people tell us, and taking back control as people of the earth, and not letting the government decide should we live or should we die. Just taking our destiny back in our hands, and that's what Malcolm X's message was about. And we kind of like captured that into a design, and it's super dope, and it's for ladies and men.
Yeah.
So we all gonna be able to sport it, and we want to be able to do it in a fun way where we could like create some marketing where everybody's got their Malcolm X shirt on, and we want it to go viral. So I'm excited for that to come out, as well as much other things. We got the frontline. We got the frontline workers. We're going to be dedicating a new product to the frontline workers, just paying our respects to them and all that they did for us throughout the COVID-19 situation. And we got a lot of fire coming up, Lon.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited. Like, you have no idea.
Absolutely.
So if all of y'all could go ahead and follow Rebel Bread Clothing, follow the segment, and also stay tuned for the new updates coming up.
Absolutely. And also, don't forget to check us out on our personal pages. Mine is L Majesty, ELLE. It's not just a letter, sis. ELLE Majesty. That's on Instagram.
And mine is God Sent 412. That's on Instagram. And check that out. Follow us.
Absolutely. Now, I wanted to jump into my quote for the week. This is by the princess, Miss Meghan Markle. This is the quote I'm going to leave you guys.
Markle, huh?
Yes. I call her our first black princess.
It's like not even that black though.
Yeah, but her mama's black. Listen, her mama black.
Mama call him Clay. I don't call him Clay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So here's the quote I'm going to leave with you today. It says, and I quote, "We just need to be kinder to ourselves. If we treated ourselves the way we treated our best friend, can you imagine how much better off we would be?" End quote.
That was deep.
And that was, again, by the lovely Meghan Markle.
Shout out to Meghan Markle. And hope you're doing well. Hope you continue to prosper. And my quote is from the late great Malcolm X, and it's a very short quote, but the quote goes, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Don't waste time, because time is not to be wasted." And I just made that last part up on my own. But Malcolm X said, the future starts. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So we don't got time to waste. You know, I believe that this virus, for better or worse, is here for a reason. And it's here for us to, and I first and foremost, before I go on with that, I want to say rest in peace to all those who have lost their lives to this virus, and we're praying for y'all and y'all families, you know, for sure. But I do believe that, you know, this virus is here for us to really appreciate life, you know, what's really important in life. And let's not waste these days away, and let's keep our faith in God.
Amen. Well, I just wanted to jump in and say thank you. We appreciate and we love you all. Thank you for tuning in to our second episode of the segments. Thank you, and we hope you have a blessed week. Okay? Bye.